Hi everyone, it's Ian from DIY Home and Gardening. This video is on these plants beside me, turmeric, and we're looking from start of crop, as in initiating on the rhizomes, through to harvesting. So let's turn the camera around. So I thought I'd show you how the turmeric's doing. 6th of June, potted up the first few pieces, and some of these are a bit slower than others, but you can see that there's good shoot root development, and basically now is a case of teasing them apart and potting them. So each section of the root is going to be potted separately, and so for the time being I'm just putting the ones with the least amount of root to one side, filling the pot about halfway, and then just popping that in, trying to retain as much root as possible, but not too much to worry about. And then at this stage is where you then cover the rhizome, so that it's going to get some decent anchorage within the compost. Just top that, and that's how they finish. So I'll just get these last few done. So I've ended up with 9 pots, and then this extra long piece I'm just going to bury that like so, eyes up, so that hopefully it will sprout along those eyes, because it's already got that shoot at that end. And these pieces are going to go back into the greenhouse, as it's, say, start of June. It's warming up pretty quickly now. Indeed, this weekend is due for 30-degree heat, so keep them watered and the heat will bring them on really quickly. There we are, look at the size of those. Now they are those turmeric that I started at the beginning of the video, with the rhizomes originally, well, getting them sprouted February, March of this year, let to shoot or sprout, grow, potted up, and then, well, these came into the trough. So as I say, it's that time of year where you start thinking about, or not thinking about, you've got to act to lift and bring in those more tender plants, and turmeric is one of them. The other one's ginger, and got a few lilies and the dahlias. And whilst we're talking turmeric, it's not those ones that I'm going to be lifting, because as I say, I want to keep them going as a nice containerised plant to hopefully get some really good root stock on that for next year for harvesting. But I've got a few leftover plants that I never potted up, and we can go and have a look at those. As I say, we've got these ones. Now these I never did anything with them. You can see, you know, this one's literally just sitting in that same old seed tray that I started it off in. And so these 3 have been pretty much neglected, left to their own devices other than a bit of water in the greenhouse. They've not even had any feed, bless them, and yet they're still doing all right. So they can't stay in the greenhouse because it's not heated. So kind of figured we'll knock these out and have a look as to how the plants have done, and what the what the root structure rhizomes are looking like. Right, I just put the gloves on because it's actually quite nippy out here, and well, I don't fancy getting absolutely caked in mud again. Right, so we'll just have a look at this one. As you can see, it really is just in the seed tray it came in. We'll just knock this off. and because it's been in that, I mean, it just hasn't had a chance to develop the rhizome, and they'll only develop the rhizome if they've got space. So it's a little bit phallic, but that's the section we started off with this year. And beneath this, we then got this growth. So essentially, each section of growth represents an increase in the rhizome. Let's just whip that off. And then you got a section of rhizome that started to form down here. So that's the first one. You just discard some of that root in the tray, and then we'll have a look at these. So again, we'll just see what we've got. Very dry, needless to say. Now the thing with turmeric that's different to ginger is that the rhizomes develop horizontally and vertically, so they do tend to go down more so. So when you're going through and lifting and cleaning up, just be mindful of that, because if you start cutting away to the base, you're likely to damage the rhizomes that have formed. There we are, see, good example there. It's forming downwards, and what it tends to do, they tend to go downwards a little bit, then branch out to the side, reshoot. So there we are, so we got little node there on the side, so that would come out. Subsequent growth, this one, well, that would probably travel down or out, and then you get a shoot come up. So the root and the shoot becomes the same really. And we'll just clean up this little bit. So the reason that I was obviously growing turmeric was to use it for its health properties, for the fact that it's meant to help with anti-inflammatory, which is kind of what I want for well, ever decreasing health in the body really, and back. So again, a few little new nodes growing there, main rhizome there. And then this one, where you can see we got new shoot there, so that demonstrates that the rhizome would have expanded out sideways already. There we are. It's ended up creating its own little piece, so that's handy. Good for pot on for next year. And as I say, these have just been growing in the unheated greenhouse, and this year's been particularly cold compared to a normal summer in the UK. Cold, poor light levels, so these just haven't bulked up as they should have. But nothing else, it'll give me some decent rhizomes or roots to start next season with. So again, you got some decent pieces there. I'm kind of tempted to empty that trough out, you know, just to see what it's done. I know that trough going would probably please my wife, because I think she's a bit fed up with it. But right, so we got those, and then to store it, just cut a couple of centimetres above. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Now I don't know whether you could do these like ginger, whether you know, whether crystalline turmeric stem is a thing. I might keep them just to see. Be pretty interesting, I think. And then I'm just going to pop these to one side. They can dry a bit more. And then if you've got a little bit of dead leaf matter, well, just pull that off so it doesn't rot. And look at the colour on that. That's a lovely orange now. You can see the health in that. Oh, it's just amazing, absolutely amazing. Right, and I'll pop this little one in there as well. It'll be good to go for next year. And well, yeah, and that one I'm going to keep and just pot that on, actually, as it's got a big structure that's not done a lot. Let's get the gloves off. But yeah, not bad actually, considering they've done absolutely, well, not had any treatment. It looks a bit dodgy that way. Not bad. Grow your own turmeric in the UK. Pretty decent, I would say. So there we are, that's the turmeric harvested. Certainly the plants that I want to harvest after negotiation. These ones are going to stay in the trough to carry on growing. And I have looked it up. All parts of the plant are edible, so leaf and stem. I might have a go at trying to do some crystalline turmeric stem, so that might be, well, could be tasty. I mean, certainly the homegrown ginger as a crystalline is really amazing. So yeah, perhaps turmeric is a thing as well. That's it, that's the end of the video. Growing turmeric in the UK, from start to finish, from start to harvest, whatever you want to call it. Quite doable. Wouldn't say you get a massive crop, well, certainly not in your first couple of years, but hopefully next year with a decent summer, fingers crossed, then we'll get some good stuff. But yeah, so this is only my second year of growing it, so plenty to learn still. I think probably need to give it a bit more feed, but other than that, I think it's all down to what that does. Certainly though, if you're just starting out on the journey, got any questions, please send them over to me. I'll do my very best to pass on the bit of knowledge that I do have on starting to grow the crop. If you do like what I'm doing, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so don't miss out on the future videos that I'm doing. And above all else, just enjoy your garden, enjoy your gardening, whether that's outdoors or indoors. And yeah, maybe just take some time to try something different. So till next time, bye for now.